Dear children, welcome to Chapter 13, Direct and Inverse Proportions. Let us consider some situations which we come across in our daily life. We see that a change in one quantity brings about a change in another quantity. This change could be an increase or decrease. In other words, variation in one quantity brings about variation in other quantity. There are two types of variation. When one quantity increases, the other also increases. For example, when the number of children are more, the quantity of ice cream required will also be definitely more. When one quantity decreases, the other also decreases. That means less the number of pencils, less will be the cost of pencils. Now, in the second type of variation, when one quantity increases, the other related quantity decreases or vice versa. For example, more the number of workers, less the time taken to complete the job. So, variation is either direct or inverse. In today's session, let us see in detail what this direct proportion is.
Children, let us consider some situations. A family of 4 members consumes 2 liters of milk daily. A family of 6 members consumes 3 liters of milk daily. So, here we see that when the number of family members increased, consumption of milk increased too. Let us consider a different situation. Sunil goes to the stationery shop to buy 2 pencils. The 2 pencils cost him rupees 4. Next week, Sunil goes to the stationery shop to buy 6 pencils. The 6 pencils cost him rupees 12. In the first situation, when number of family members increases, the consumption of milk increases. In the second situation, when the number of pencils bought were more, the total cost increases. These are the different situations we come across in our day-to-day life. We saw in all the above situation that changes in one quantity resulted in changes in the other quantity also. So, we can say that if the values of 2 quantities are related in such a way that changes in one results in a corresponding change in the other, the 2 quantities are said to be in a variation. So, in our day-to-day life, we come across many situations where variation in one quantity results in variation other quantity. Now look at this situation. A lady prepares 20 chapatis for her family of 4 people so that she can serve 5 chapatis to each member. Next day, suddenly some relatives visit her house. She decides to serve dinner to them. There are 4 relatives in total. She started preparing chapatis. Now, can we say how many chapatis she would have to make for 8 people so that she can serve 5 each? So, to learn about this, let us learn the concept of direct proportion. Direct proportion. Let us assume the cost of 1 pen is 12 rupees. Then, by unitary method, we can find the cost of any number of pens. Clearly, cost of 2 pens is rupees 24. 2 into 12. Cost of 3 pens equals rupees 36. 3 into 12. Cost of 5 pens equals rupees 60. 5 into 12. Cost of 8 pens equals rupees 96, 8 into 12, and so on. Let us put this information in the table as shown. What do you notice? So, to find cost of 2 pens, we multiply 2 with 12 to get 24 rupees. And to find cost of 3 pens, we multiply 3 with 12 and get rupees 36. Also, to find cost of 5 pens, we multiply 5 with 12 and get 60 rupees. Similarly, to find cost of 8 pens, we multiply 8 with 12 and get rupees 96. So we see that the cost of pens increases as the number of pens increase. Cost decreases if number of pens decrease. From the table, we also see that the ratio of number of pens to the cost of pens also remains constant. That is, 2 by 24 equals 1 by 12. And 8 by 96 is also equal to 1 by 12. Let us assume that a car uses 4 liters of petrol to cover a distance of 60 kilometers. Then, by unitary method, we can find the following. Distance covered with 8 liters of petrol equal to 120 kilometers. Distance covered with 12 liters of petrol equals 180 kilometers. Here also we notice that the ratio of petrol used to distance covered is constant. Let us assume petrol in liters as x and distance in kilometers as y. We see that as the value of x increases, the value of y also increases, and also the ratio x by y is constant. It does not change. So in this case, we say that x and y are in direct proportion. If x by y is constant and x is equal to k into y, where k is constant. So consumption of petrol and distance covered are in direct proportion. And in the earlier example, number of pens and cost of pens are in direct proportion. In general, amount spent and the total number of articles are in direct proportion. Now, let us see examples on direct proportion. If the cost of 8 books is rupees 300, find the cost of 12, 16 and 18 such books. Solution. Let the number of books be x and cost of books be y. Let us frame the table for the given data. Look at the table. Let us assume the unknown quantities as y2, y3 and y4. As the number of books and cost of books are in direct proportion, we use the relation x by y equal to x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2. Here x1 equals 8, y1 is 300 and x2 is 12. We need to find y2. Substituting the value in the relation, we get 8 by 300 equal to 12 by y2. Cross multiplying, we get 8 into y2 equals to 12 into 300. Now y2 equal to 12 into 300 by 8. So y2 equal to 450. Here x1 equal to 8, y1 is 300 and x3 is 16. We need to find y3. Substituting the value in the relation, we get 8 by 300 equal to 16 by y3. Cross multiplying, we get 8 into y3 equal to 16 into 300. Now y3 equal to 16 into 300 by 8. So y3 equal to 600. We have x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2 equal to x3 by y3 equal to x4 by y4. We can use any ratio to find the missing value. Here x3 equal to 16, y3 equal to 600 and x4 equal to 18. Now find y4. So substituting the values, we get 16 by 600 equal to 18 by y4. So y4 equal to 675 after doing the calculation. Now let us go back to the situation where the lady prepared 20 chapatis for 4 people. Now let us find how many chapatis she has to make for 8 people. Let us assume the number of chapatis to be a variable C and the number of people to be P. Let us assume the number of chapatis needed for 8 people be to CA. As we know that the number of chapatis will increase as the number of person increases, we have C by P equal to constant and C8 by P8 equal to 20 by 4. So 20 into 8 by 4. Therefore, the lady has to prepare 40 chapatis. The length of the shadow of a 3-meter high pole at a certain time of the day is 3.6 meters. What is the height of another pole whose shadow at the same time is 54 meters long? Let the required height of the pole be x meters. It is clear that as the height increases or decreases, the length of shadow will increase or decrease. So they are in direct proportion and hence their ratios are constant. That is, ratio of lengths of shadows are equal to ratio of corresponding heights of the pole. So 3.6 by 3 equals to 54 by x. Cross multiplying and doing the simplification, we get x equal to 45. So the height of the pole is 45 meters. A worker is paid rupees 639 for working 6 days. If his total wages during a month is rupees 2769, how many days did he work for? Let the number of days be x. Money the worker is paid be y. Then x and y are in direct proportion. So x by y equals to constant. Frame a table. Now as x by y equals to k, we get k equal to 6 by 639. Also x1 equals to k into y1. Here y1 is 2769 and k is 6 by 639. Substituting these values in x, 1 equals to k into y1, we get the value of x1 as 26. So the worker has worked for 26 days. In this module, you have learnt that two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease together in such a manner that the ratio of their corresponding values remain constant. That is, if x by y equal to k, then x and y are said to vary directly.
Now, let us try to solve this question. A car covered a distance of 850 meters in 40 seconds. Calculate the distance it covers in 1 hour. Try these, children, and you will get the answer as 76.5 kilometers. Second one, the cost of 15 notebooks is rupees 330. A. Find the cost of 45 such notebooks. B. How many such notebooks can be bought for rupees 374. The answers are rupees 990 and 17 notebooks respectively. Do it and check the answers. So today, children, we have learned about direct proportion. So that's all for today, children. Go revise the lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.